Recording number 4, and I haven't even put number 3 up yet, but gonna go ahead and put these on the flash drive and do it that way. The school does have Wi-Fi, you just have to register for it, and then there's this whole long, like, 4-page instruction of how to hook your laptop in and get it set up. All in Japanese. Wonderful. Just wonderful. And there's only Wi-Fi on certain parts of the campus too. So it's like I have to find a building with Wi-Fi and then do this 4-page list. But that's okay. I'll just put this on the flash drive and hook it in. So apparently this is my weblog shirt. Just, kind of how it happened. I was wearing this shirt and the number 3, and I was wearing it today, and today I decided kind of like, well, I should just do the next weblog. Kind of been thinking about that for a couple of days anyway, just like, get it over with. Intensive track does start from, intensive track assumes you know hiragana and katakana to begin with, and it's taught in Japanese. It's like there's a little bit of English in the class, but the instructor is not very good with English instructors, because the class actually meets 6 times a week with 4 different instructors. A little confusing. But I can handle it. There's a lot of the vocabulary I don't know because, well, I missed a week, and that they're covering the vocabulary then, and also I was kind of taught almost a completely different set of vocabulary. Like, a lot of the things that are beginner level vocabulary for them are things that I did not learn in my first year. We have learned one new item of grammar. They're in the 3rd week of school, and they've taught one thing that I didn't know, and of course there's plenty of things that I do know that they haven't gotten to yet. But the new one I'm still having quite a bit of trouble with. It's a way to say you must, or rather I must do this, or this must be done. Maybe we did learn it, but we didn't focus on it for too long in America. Nakereba narimasen. Something like that. You put the verb. Anyway. Not hard to use once I remember nakereba narimasen. That's the problem. It's just kind of this long thing that I have to remember, and I don't really have much of a reference point for what it means. Because anyway, still getting about. I'm getting over 90% on most of my quizzes so far. So it's like, okay, I know what I'm doing. The quiz I took on Friday, not so much. The first part, I don't feel like I just did excellent on that first part, which basically just goes, they say a word and then you write down the word that they said. Easy. But a lot of people have trouble with that actually. The second part is they ask you a question, you write an answer, and the first question I didn't hear correctly, so I have no idea what you're trying to say here. And so that, and then that caused some timing issues. Like, I was still trying to figure out what I was going to say, or what I was going to write for that question when they were saying the next question. And kind of was a little hurried with my answers in that part. And then part 3 was where they. Part 3 is always the part I have the hardest time with because that's playing a recording and you're supposed to pick up details from it and then like make an answer based on those details. And that's always very hard for me to, actually listen to a conversation and pick up the details because I'm not very good with listening yet. And it did not help that I did not figure out until after the all of those conversations had been said. After all the conversations had been said, then I figured out what I was actually supposed to do. How I was supposed to provide the answer was actually just like you circle A, or there's these pictures A and a picture B, and you circle the A or the B, but it didn't look like that's what was supposed to happen, or it looked like the example was not very clear. So I did not do well on that quiz, but I'll do better on the next one, because I am awesome. I've been playing Final Fantasy IV a lot. Enjoying it quite a bit. I used to have an emulator of Final Fantasy IV. In fact, I probably still do. And then I bought a Chrono Trigger for the PlayStation, which was packaged with Final Fantasy IV. And so I had that and played that a little bit, but I never got really far in either of those. So I bought it for the DS because, well, it's the DS version, and it's Final Fantasy IV. It's like one of the most famous in the series. 4, 6, 7. And then 8 and 10 have their own kind of mini fame. The game keeps screwing around with my party, and it's so annoying. And I have a hard time getting people at. I can't get people at even levels. It just doesn't work that way. Oh well. And as anyone who has actually played the game should know, Edward is completely useless, and tell his stats to go down when he levels up. I love it. I mean just his physical stats, his strength, speed, and stamina, because he's an old man and he is getting older, and when he levels up, they go from minuscule to slightly more minuscule. I just love it. Wow, it's almost 10. I'm gonna finish up here because there is Akimatsuri Fall Festival tomorrow, which apparently we are going to. Sounds like fun. So, bye-bye. I'll try to post this on Monday.